Okay, so our last session, Scions of Tomorrow. That universe no longer exists in its entirety. After the we were calling you guys the Pantheon, I believe, ended up coming across these tombs, as it were. They ran into somebody that they apparently used to know, or at the very least used to know them. Ephemero, one of the mystical bad guys from their time back on Earth, who had possessed the spirit of mana, started teasing them and trying to poke the bear as much as he possibly could. Over the course of that, Chloe remembered everything. Jameson at least remembered what Ephemero did, if not exactly who he was and what he had done before. Over the course of this, Ephemero decided, fine, screw you guys. You think you can fix everything? See if you can fix this. So he tried to force choke Digger a little bit and then tried to shoot some sort of beam at him. Precogna, though, jumped in the way, had all of her divine powers ripped away because Cassie wanted to do a hero dive. And I'm getting flipped off. Anyway, so Precogna's power was absorbed by the spirit of magic, and Ephemero compelled it to force the universe to re-roll itself. Which, if you remember what caused all of the different realities to collapse together, the spirit of mana didn't do that in the first place. So something's going on. All of reality re-rolled itself and came back together, and now we're continuing the campaign under Shadows of Titan. So, as the dawn comes on this next reality with its self-imposed history of false memories and such, you all are going to all going to wake up together in the VIP room of some sort of nightclub, and you're just in the middle of a conversation.
I'm telling you, you should have watched that episode of Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones sucks.
Well, there is something wrong with your head.
There's lots of things that are wrong with my head, but Game of Thrones still sucks.
I have no idea what quality entertainment is.
I'm sorry, I've been out in the desert for about the last 3 weeks. What is Game of Thrones?
Okay, but Game of Thrones has been out for way longer than TV.
It's been going for almost 8 years. I don't like the show, and even I know that.
I'm sorry, I don't get this.
You don't have to get out to watch TV. And honestly, the books are better, but still.
But eye candy.
Right?
Anyway. Does anyone want to go dance?
Sure.
That requires moving.
Of course it does. What else would we come to a club, though, to do?
Hold up. Hold up the drink I've got. Alcohol.
And I have to... Matt has reminded me, out of character here, I need to get back into the voice. German. So, we have to, be drinking, dancing. Why else would we be here? Come on now.
Alcohol.
She takes a shot and jumps it, and then she just grabs her hand and starts dragging her out.
I just came here because they do amazing things with chicken wings and microwaves.
Oh no.
Frida, him off. And as she's passing Chloe, she's like, come on.
Digger gives Chloe a light pat on the back. Go on.
I don't think this is a good time. In fact, I think we need to get out of here.
What do you mean we have to get out?
Because I can't with all this noise.
Well, we came to the bar
We got
to
here
drink
just like half an
with the
hour.
noise.
This is all wrong.
Yes, you're not drunk enough.
Yeah.
Handing you a
Frieda's
drink.
giving her another shot.
By the way, at this point, how old is Chloe?
Fuck, I don't know.
Make this her 21st.
You make it right. I feel so high. I come
Sure, I guess, why not?
you tonight.
Gross.
To be fair, guys, this universe is like 5 minutes old. If you guys want to retroactively make it somebody's 21st birthday, go for it.
I can't hear you, Matt.
Said if we want to retroactively make it someone's birthday, go for it. Their 21st or whatever.
I already know Kirsten's in her mid-20s, so...
Frieda's like 24.
I know Digger is officially way too old to be hanging out with these people, but is anyway.
It's okay, you're the old friend of the group that we claimed. It happens.
So, we all set? We've got the drinking, we're staying. Come on. Down.
No, we need to get out of here.
You're gonna explain that better, my dear, because we just got here. It's not even 10 yet.
Oh my god.
To be fair,
I can't think with all this noise.
the point is to not think.
I feel so high.
No, that's...
I need to be free with you tonight. I need
You need a bathroom? Let's like head out for a minute, get you some air.
Oh my god.
Mommy, come on. So Frieda's taking Chloe and like they're heading toward the back. Because usually most bars have a back where you can step outside. But not
Beer garden.
We need everybody.
No, she's not listening. She's just like, okay, come on, let's get you your air.
Here's Lumen. I thought I...
Lumen? Frieda's looking at you like, okay, you're now really
She
starting
needs
to
a
sound
name.
crazy.
Sorry. I didn't mean to say that in my mic.
everything's gold. You make it right. I feel so.
Chloe, what's wrong?
Hold on a second. Matt, who else did I grab? I forget. It was all these losers and Lumen and Archmage?
Chloe, did someone slip you something?
So I'm talking. I'm asking Matt directly right now because I forget. We talked about this.
Okay, I had to mute the microphone because if I unmuted my headset, it was going to screech at you guys. And that would just not have been fun.
No, it would not. It also wouldn't have been an answer.
Here, I'll just send it to you.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you.
No need to go down. Drop that one. Let's know it from
Resolves with Chloe right now.
Is this
Right now, from what I understand, it's Frida grabbed her and ran her off to the beer garden.
She sounded like she wanted to get out, so we're going outside to where there's air.
So did anybody follow Frida and Chloe?
I was dragged along.
Yep.
I'm getting a drink.
Pierce, sorry. I shall approach Kirsten at the bar.
Can I get you a drink?
He raises the brandy in his hand. No, I'm still working this.
Yes. Do we really need to go check on them?
We should really check.
rude?
To be fair, I am playing her the way she's supposed to be.
Whatever, go for it.
Fine, let's go.
A small, Wayne, knowing smile crosses Digger's lips as he takes another sip of the booze candy. Close her out.
Okay, so you guys are outside the club now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're in the garden portion, the outdoor drinking area. We haven't actually left because Frida wasn't quite there yet.
Beer
Yeah.
garden.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is this everybody? Right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
what
they're
about
still
Han?
coming.
Or Archmage, whatever his real name was. Fuck.
You never really knew Archmage's real name.
Frida's looking at her like, what?
Nemesis?
Honey,
Really tall? Extremely attractive?
Extremely.
Frida looks over
Wait,
at Marty.
Okay, I would like to point out that Chloe is the one who's like really tall, extremely attractive. She's the one with like multiple ranks of the attractive trait. So like all of you are just whether interested or not. Like there's always just kind of been this universal agreement of Chloe is just drop dead fucking gorgeous.
She's
And now
kind-
she's not green.
Marty, you have any ideas what she's talking about?
My phone! I can check my phone!
I have no idea. Although phones are important. Why didn't you bring your phone out here? It's like an unspoken rule. If you're at a bar, you don't leave your phone anywhere.
Mm-mm.
I did. It's right here.
Okay.
Okay. Did she have some when we weren't looking?
Did you invite somebody else to the party we didn't know about? Because I'm all for more people. I just kind of like to know in advance.
God. Everyone's not even here right now. I can't even.
Maybe
Can't
they didn't
even
wake
what?
up.
What?
Maybe they didn't wake up. Digger is now like sitting backwards on a chair, sipping his brandy.
Well, they should have. I think.
Like, where'd you meet these people?
Oh god, are there more people coming?
Maybe? I'm gonna check my phone right now. Do I have any of these people in my contacts? Okay. And what about recent text messages? Ah, fuck. Well, then they're getting a group text. right now. They need to get their butts over here.
Hey, Blue. Hey.
Uh-huh.
You might want to specify where's here.
I'm doing that. What's the address?
Hell if I know.
We just walked here.
Right, of course. Because everything just started 5 minutes ago. Right. Oh my gosh.
What do you... Wait, what are you talking about? Everything just started 5 minutes ago.
Just hold on. I'll get to that once everybody's here.
You get a response from Lumen. Once Cassie figures out what that response is. I should tell Lisa.
I didn't realize I was making this response. So the address was in it, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, she probably had to look it up since she doesn't know where she is right now, but, you know, there's probably a sign somewhere, and then...
No,
you know where you are, because remember, you have the memories from this lifetime, too.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Lita responds, I'll be there as soon as I can, with, like, 5 different emojis.
You know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Chloe is summoning Lita, so that's gonna be a thing.
Summon.
So, how long until they get here?
I don't know.
Well, can we, like, wait for them inside?
Oh, I think that's my phone. Hold on. Hello?
Hello. This is Hans. Chloe, is that you?
Yeah.
Nemesis is... she's sick. She said that she saw your message, but she's not going to be able to make it.
But this is pretty important. Are you sure?
She managed to get it on the back of the door. I don't think she's going anywhere.
Oh, gross. I guess that's fine. I'll just try to catch you up later.
Okay. I think... Did you already hear back from Lita and John?
Lita, yeah, so far.
Okay. I think if John has probably not gotten back to you yet, he probably is asleep again.
Needs to wake that old man up.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you walked into his room, he wouldn't argue, but be careful who you're going to go send to wake him up. It's very dangerous.
Right.
Anyway, I hear more heaving. I got to go, okay? I love you very much. Goodbye. Like,
Yep. Alright, great. I guess we're just waiting for Lita.
So, who's Lita?
You know, Lita?
Did
Digger resolvedly shakes his head.
has
Come on.
any
Come on, Jameson, you know.
did anyone take their eyes off of our drink at any time? Because I'm getting some weird vibes here.
I already asked that.
I have
No one
my
said
drink
anything.
with me.
And you too, Mari and Frida. You know, just think about it really hard. It'll come to you, I'm sure.
I don't know. I mean,
Just ignore the headache and think about it really hard.
I know Lita.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I'm just... At least, I think. Would I? Okay, that's what I thought.
So, I mean, I know we've hung out a time or two with you.
I've hung out with Lita before. She's in our group, but, like... I have no idea why you're so focused on not being at the bar.
Like,
because this is okay. And
I'm gonna let you explain, because you seem to got more of this than I do.
wish I had studied physics and like multiverse theory and all that.
Okay, Sarah's...
multiverse theory now all of a sudden.
I seriously think somebody slipped you something.
What about
Like,
the multiverse? Are we talking about the Flash now?
What?
The Arrow's
Yes.
better.
I mean,
Okay, the Flash is way better because it's not nearly...
let's not get into this particular kind of fight, alright? I mean, obviously Chloe's having some sort of issues right now. We don't need to sidetrack into that particular 10-hour debate that you guys always have.
Okay.
But she was
When I
talking about
say
the multiverse.
ephemero, what happens?
What?
Not a thing.
That sounds like a really gay villain.
Like, do you have spoilers or something for the next episode?
Oh my god. This is wrong. This is all wrong. This is not where we're from originally.
You're right. I'm originally from
we
LA.
started at...
This all started 5
Sidebar.
minutes ago. Literally. The entire universe 5 minutes ago.
Okay, I'm seriously voting that somebody slipped her something.
She is tripping.
Nobody slipped her anything. Let me all ask
Huh.
you a question. A very pointed question that I want you all to think of very, very hard. And it's gonna sound weird, but you need to think about it very, very hard. What'd you do
Something's hard.
yesterday?
Rehearsal.
Nope. Roll your will check.
Okay.
Like, I understand it's supposed to be a static defensive stat. You are rolling your will save right the fuck now.
Will. So that's out of the total column, right?
Yes. And you guys are all aiming for a DC of an 18.
So, shit, I need to look at my character sheet. Thanks, Matt.
You're
We're doing
welcome.
D20s.
Chloe, while
I
they're
need
gonna
my
stare at
character
the
sheet.
screen
Can
for
you,
a minute,
Right?
Plus whatever.
let's compare notes.
Okay.
Hang on. So, do I get a role in this?
Did I just do it right? Is that the correct
hold
roll?
on. I have 5 questions being asked at the same time. What, Cassie?
can you link it to me? Because I don't think I actually got the link when we were making my character. We just made it straight from your computer.
I'm 90% sure that I did in fact share it to your Google account. Yeah, shared with Cassie Thompson. So go to your Google Drive and you can find it. Okay, so you rolled a d20 with a +4 for Frida. What are 2 Chloe windows open? Yes,
Something
okay.
extra special.
You did yours right.
Boot. Okay, it's rolled.
Okay,
You said which thing? Sorry.
you're rolling your will check. You're aiming for a difficulty 18.
T.
Anyway, so Chloe and Digger were comparing notes.
what do you remember? Because I seem to be having some holes here.
I remember that, actually, it might be easier if you tell me what you remember.
I remember Ephemero. I remember the, being under the ocean. I remember that hopeless situation. I remember doing my dumb hero thing that I'd do again in a heartbeat. I remember being a snake. I remember eating a microwave. I remember a lot of food.
Eating a microwave?
Shush. I remember eating a lot of food that in normal circumstances I would never eat in my life because it would kill me.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe that.
And
Definitely.
He looks down into his drink and takes the last drink he can, and then just looks at the remaining, like, glistening ice. And I remember all of this right now is my fault.
Okay, so do you remember the Hero Society? Do you remember Titan? Do you remember visitors from another universe?
I don't remember Hero Society. I don't remember... I kind of remember Titan. He was the big thing that caused all this, right?
Yeah, kinda, except that was kind of also Ephemero. Do you remember Ephemero from when you were a snake? Do you remember the tombs and the,
Yes, that I remember.
Okay, alright. That's good. That's a good start.
We should really start keeping notebooks of all this stuff, but I think it gets set every time.
Well, we gotta... I mean, hopefully this next time we'll be able to keep that from happening again. Though I don't know if that means we're gonna be stuck here or if we can get everything back to normal.
Look, I think they might be coming out of it.
Wait a second. Where's LA?
Not here. Also, who are you? I don't remember you.
Yeah, I don't
Wait.
really know who this person was from before.
I remember being a robot.
What the fuck with all
was
of
I
you?
a robot?
I mean, sort of, but not exactly.
I mean, I was kind of a robot. It was as robot as I'm ever gonna get. Okay.
Shit all. What the hell are you all fucking talking about?
I think I feel sick.
If you
Sorry.
Puke, it's okay. I remember someone did first when we last woke up.
I think that was the hangover.
That might have been the hangover.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, seriously, guys, is this some sort of bullshit joke?
No, it's
I
really
wish.
not.
Frida, I'm gonna ask you a big favor. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge.
I think you're losing credit right now to do any favors.
Probably. But just
I was
just listen very closely. Just play along.
What?
Just play along and try and follow the beat. Just play along.
I think she's gonna punch him.
You forget this. I'm going back inside because
You need to calm down, take a few deep breaths.
I'm not upset, but you are all losing it or playing some shit joke on me. Not funny. I came here tonight to drink, to dance, have some fun. It's not often I don't have to have an 8-hour rehearsal the next day. So, you all have fun, doing whatever your crazy is. I'm going inside. And she turns and starts heading back in.
Frida, wait.
What?
Wait.
She spins and looks at you.
Wait. I have no idea what they're talking about. I just feel sick. I need something to drink. I will join you.
Perfect. She.
Sickness don't necessarily fix each other.
Just because you don't want to believe it doesn't mean it's not true.
That's okay. You think the voices are talking crazy things. I'm going inside.
With the other person that thinks the crazy.
We should have just told her it was drugs. It would have been easier to grasp if it was drugs. Some form of
Also-
shared hallucination drug.
Is that even a thing?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I didn't even die to see what it felt like.
See, well, how what?
There are some things that man was not meant to know.
We were gods!
Demigods.
It's indifferent. We're never gonna be that again. One moment.
I'll be right back.
I suppose. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That world was completely broken, and this one might, well, it seems less broken, so I guess maybe that's sort of an improvement? Slightly less broken, anyway? I don't know.
We can make a judgment call on that in 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not a good idea. Oh, man.
Certainly interesting, at the very least.
Alright, well, at least I'm not the only one anymore. That's good. And I did manage to keep us all together, so that was good.
Plus, what's with the blonde? Like, weren't we with a dude last time?
I don't really have a good answer for that. It was more like, this person is now in a part of our lives. That wasn't me. That was not me.
Oh, so was it you or was it not you? Because you said two things just barely.
I said it wasn't me. I said it wasn't me twice. That's what I said.
So, does that mean that the portal guy is just gone?
I guess. Or maybe he's just somewhere else. I don't know.
Maybe that universe was real and he was part of it.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, I didn't know him that well. Actually, so maybe I just didn't hold on tight. I don't know. Okay, it's hard to explain.
Wait, you can... I'm not even gonna ask.
Just, I was able to keep most of us together. That's the important thing. When everything just came apart and started coming back together.
Who is this Lita?
Lumen.
I don't know.
Okay, so you remember being a demigod, but you don't remember the Hero Society, the Vanguard,
The Vanguard? Is that like a TV show?
No, we were the Vanguard.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, that's fine. We can still. I mean, the important thing is that you know that everything is broken.
A little bit.
Okay, that is the important bit of information. That is what everyone absolutely needs to know. The rest, while still a big deal, is not as important.
So what is the Vanguard?
We were, I guess we were kind of like superheroes.
That's interesting.
You, whole bunch of drones and like a computer in your head, something like that. Computer chip.
Yeah,
I
you still
forget.
have the computer in your head?
I mean, yes and no. I have a chip in my head to keep me from dying or seizures.
I was a plant.
You're a plant?
Yeah.
Like, as badass as you were when you were a god plant? Or...
Honestly, kind of.
Pretty close.
Cool.
Yeah, anyway. Digger.
Were you a snake?
Jameson. He was a snake, but before that he could just dig.
Oh.
Super fast. Super well.
I mean,
somehow
that's
super effectively. I still don't quite understand it.
That's cool.
It was okay. I'm gonna say this. It was off. It was actually a lot cooler than it sounds.
But he was a snake.
Yeah, he was a snake.
And before that, it was just awesome.
Before that, you were also a geologist, except you dug like a mole on crack.
Yeah. Do you really want the explanation of how that works?
Something about a field. I don't remember exactly.
We really don't.
We've been through this before.
So, at this point, in walks is the wrong word. Struts this girl in like some very high class dress. Like her clothing does not look like it fits in the area. It fits her perfectly.
She's wearing a flirt dress, not a dance dress.
It's Lumen. It's Lita, technically.
Which, on that note, we can say that Lumen's with her, which Lumen, in this instance, is just... It's Lita's companion, and it's just literally this little ball made out of light that doesn't actually, like, illuminate the area around it unless she asks it to. So she's got this little prismatic sun that just kind of is sitting on her shoulder.
What were we talking about?
She's like, Chloe! I'm so happy that you told me you were coming out. And she gives you a hug.
I don't know why you weren't told earlier either.
It's okay, you told me now.
Yeah. Okay. I have an important question for you. Do you know what's going on right now? Do the names the Vanguard or Hero Society or Ephemero mean anything to you at all?
No. Should they?
Yes. Yes, they should. Okay. Are you aware that this particular uterus is like 5 minutes old?
Darling, what are you talking about? It took me more than 5 minutes to get into this dress.
No.
I mean, that is a fair counterpoint there.
What a great use for the 5 minutes of your birthday.
Oh man. Okay. What did we say before that got like Mari to remember everything? What were we saying? What were we talking about?
Josh, I think that was your cue.
Oh. Yeah, we were talking about how I could dig in the ground and stuff.
No. Before that, when we actually got her to remember, there was something before this particular.
The magic trigger seems to be asking them to recall something that is.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. What did you do yesterday, Lita?
Hey, Lita, roll a DC 18 will save. We don't have stats for you. What was the stats before? We're gonna go,
Her will?
So, we're gonna just give her half of her Hero Society will save.
I don't know what her will save was. I know her concentration was through the roof.
I'm getting there. Calm down. You're rolling at a +2.
No, +4.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're rolling a +4. My bad. Carry on. Oh, hey, cool.
I think this is going a little bit differently than you imagined.
So, Lita kind of, like, goes cross-eyed for a second. As, Lumen was there at the... Yeah, Lumen was there with the fight against Ephemera, right? And actually, yeah, let's see, you got to 23, which is the magic +5 number. Okay, so, yes, not Mari, sorry. Lita remembers all of Hero Society.
Oh.
But she also has splitting fucking headache now, as all of that just smacked her in the fucking face.
Oh! Ow!
Sorry. But do you remember?
Ow!
And actually flickers for a second.
So wait, hang on. What's with the little sun thing on her shoulder?
Josh,
I would know.
they
I
all
know.
know ours.
And if she has one, where's ours?
Oh, yours is at home. Hanging out.
I suddenly remember that mine is at home.
That hurt.
I'm sorry. But
Bindweed, why?
Because everything is broken and we need to fix it. You do? I mean, you remember, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my mom?
I don't know.
Do I know where my mom is?
No, you don't. You don't even remember your mom in this reality.
But I remember my mom from the other reality.
Yes.
I don't know where everyone is. I couldn't keep track of everyone. I just tried to keep the bunch of us together. Yeah, right now it's just us out here, Frida inside, Nemesis and Hans, and an Archmage.
Frida doesn't remember anything either.
Yeah, Frida doesn't remember, and we ended up with someone
Mari
new.
is just glancing at Lumen, at Lita, and it's like, she wasn't a god, was she?
She was. It's okay. You guys just never ran into her.
It's at all possible that she was, and we just, like, I can imagine.
Does Lita remember?
Okay, he sits down his glass. Theory, because I'm a science dude. Conservation of mass. You can't create or destroy matter. So when everything got sucked in, it came out the other side eventually. Just different and broken and not right. So everyone was in there, came out on the other side. Just we did whatever this is, never met her.
Right. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I was there.
Because I am a geologist. And then he takes a sip of the glass that's empty.
I didn't see you guys, but I was there.
Apparently, I got stuck together with Digger and Mari and some other guy who is not here right now.
Well, I mean, weren't you with Mari when everything happened?
I suppose that's... Was I?
I thought you were.
I don't remember where I went.
Yes, Chloe was hanging out at Mari's house because she was all like, I'll just hang out at the base. I don't really have anybody to hang out with. Mari's like, bull fucking shit, you don't! And then dragged her away.
Okay. Right. She's like, it's like, well, why don't you go home to your family? It's like, no, fuck that. I'm just gonna stay at the base.
And Chloe, it would have been Chloe doing, except Chloe goddamn, it would have been Lumen doing, except Lumen and Fuse needed to go fly across the galaxy and warn people. It's like, hey, by the way, you're all on borrowed fucking time.
Because we can fly really fucking fast.
Right. So, yeah. Ended up with that group. And then we ran into Ephemero again, and he thought
had to open his big mouth.
He thought it'd be funny to try to make us remember stuff, and then I remembered everything, and then he broke the world again. And here we are, in an entirely new universe.
Congratulations, we have summed up the plot. Digger actually says that out loud.
Oh. And yeah, so I'm just trying to get everyone in on this. Frida's a little upset because we're either crazy or making bad jokes. That's what I got out of that anyway. And the new person, she just thinks we're crazy. So that's nice. Nice, yeah. Apparently Nemesis is very sick, and Hans is taking care of her, and I cannot get a hold of Archmage right now. He's probably sleeping, I guess.
Also, I feel really old.
I mean, you kind of are, a little bit.
Oh my god, how old am I? Oh.
Does he pull out his driver's license to look? Even
No, he probably remembers.
He doesn't need to, but no.
remember everything from this reality too. So he remembers all of this fake, the false memories of life that he's had. So he remembers his birthdays as much as any 30 whatever year old can remember all of their birthdays.
Yes, he remembers. That's why he went, oh, because he's kind of compartmentalizing at this point of like what is fake memory and what is real memory. So he just really remembered, oh, I'm 30. Ow. You know, I really thought I would have settled down at this point. Had some nice superhero babies. I don't know.
Well,
You could say that his life's gotten awfully sedentary.
I kind of want Lita to have said that.
What?
I said I kind of want Lita to have said that.
Sure, Lita said it. Lita said it.
Digger narrows his eyes. Apparently this bee doesn't like children.
Wait, like, doesn't want them or doesn't like them?
Doesn't want them. Thinks they'll get in the way of the job.
What's the job?
I'm a geologist.
Of course you are. Oh
Not
my
like
goodness.
Not like a normal, like, hard hat wearing geologist. Like a... Apparently I fight a lot of terrorists.
Of course you do. Why would you do anything else? Of course you do.
I have,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
a bunch of guns back home. Though I only ever used one.
Yeah, well, my life in this universe is extremely tame. And I like it that way, actually. It's very nice. But that doesn't change the fact that this universe is completely broken, and we should really be doing something about that.
Well, let's go get Frida and Kirsten. And maybe try and settle Kirsten down.
Yeah, I guess we should do that.
Okay, so the group leaves the beer garden, and as they come walking inside, so this is a very adult, much more adult themed club. It was Frida's suggestion. There's like
Oh my.
okay, so they have polls for the staff to use, and then there's polls for some of the less, supposedly less inebriated customers to use. There's a on like the third floor or whatever, there's a straight up just strip club section up there. So when you guys come walking in, Kirsten is 4 feet up a pole with Frida on the next pole over, just hugging it with her legs and leaning back and trying to help correct Kirsten's form.
Mm-hmm. Do I get to keep all of my dance skills from when Frida was actually Frida?
If you remember, they're on your sheet.
I know, that's why I'm asking. I'm looking at them.
Yes, you have a plus 13 to perform dance. you get that list of shit.
Yes.
And I will copy it over to your Shadows of Titan sheet for you, just to make it a little easier.
Oh, thank you.
I am
I was
really
just-
embarrassed for them right now.
Oh, Frida's doing wonderfully.
I should have an
Kirsten is
audience
2
that is
Jaeger bombs
quite-
in.
Yeah.
Or was
Yeah.
it Jaeger bombs or Jägermeister?
I think it's just straight up Jaeger.
Okay, so yeah. Let's see. I guess the other thing that needs to be brought up is, what is Kirsten's fortitude save? All right, roll me a fortitude save.
That's my dance.
Fortitude.
God damn. So D20 plus 8 for Kirsten.
Okay.
Don't fuck up. You fucked up.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I was trying to get to the +8, because if you look, nothing was added.
I know, but plus 8 from that would become an 11. That's
Yeah.
not really much better.
Yeah.
I was going to give you a DC of a 16 because this fucking Jaeger, and you're right. You are
Oh
a
no.
blonde
Yeah.
girl.
And I mean,
So-
I'm sure she's attempting gymnastics, but yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
She is still very effectively holding onto the pole and trying to listen to Frida's instructions, but you guys can tell that let a little bit more of this alcohol sink in, and she's not going to be on that pole for much longer. That's it. We'll be right back.
Digger recognizes this and immediately moves to catch her.
She just wanted to try it. It looked like she had the upper body strength to do it. And if not that, the leg grips.
Alcohol will not solve a broken neck.
I disagree.
Then you would be wrong. Listen, we're both scientists, okay? Just trust us.
Alright. Well, you've got her because I think I'm going to go up again. I think I can get at least 3 more shots if I do a few more tricks. And she starts heading over to the pole.
So, how you feeling?
I feel terrible.
Digger sets her down in a chair. Yeah. Is it the head or is it the alcohol?
It's the head.
Yeah, that'll happen, and I'm kind of sorry.
I've had a horrible life here, and I know it's worse where we come from.
Digger shoots Chloe a look like, what did you do?
Do you even know who she is before lifetime? I didn't do anything. Just gonna go and hide.
No, you're staying here.
Protect me. Okay, I didn't do anything. I don't have control over your past lives or your current lives. The only control I had was whether or not we were together. And actually, like I said, I don't know her from before. She just ended up here somehow.
I don't exactly know anything. There's no specifics. I just know that this world is wrong. And I know that it's worse where we're from.
And the moment that you make that statement, you also get the realization of, because all you remember is a white light and seeing a whole bunch of different places, and the sudden additional horror in that where you're from might not be the same as where these motherfuckers are from.
Oh, yay!
And it's less like a conscious thought and more like just this feeling just dropped into your noggin.
Okay. Let me change that up right quick. Where I'm from.
Digger's eyebrows raised in shock.
I mean, it's not necessarily impossible. He did kind of collapse all the universes together.
Or is not exactly. Though the song is appropriate.
I also like the song.
You needed to play this because you guys went back into the club.
So, what you're saying is...
I may not even be from where you're from.
Well, I mean, it's entirely possible there was a version of you where we're from, just not this particular one. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like I said, I didn't study physics and multiverse theory and all that.
My temperature is super high. If I scream, if I
I studied botany.
my body is
Rocks.
so come and save me. Something tells me you know how to save me. I've been feeling real low. Oh, I need you to come and rescue me.
So while you're all just talking, Frida is like actively like basically like getting guys to come over and be like, "You want to go get me a drink, right?"
My friends are being a bunch of killjoys.
I need some new friends to hang out with tonight.
Betrayal.
See how much placement you guys got?
Who said anything about replacing?
Said tonight.
Which I will say, like Chloe's the one that has the 2 ranks of attractive, but Frida is also a like for lack of a better way of putting it, she's the redheaded Amazon woman. So
bendy pretzel things around
pole. So there are plenty of guys who are just like, hey, you know what? If she cuts me in half with those thighs, it'd be worth it.
To be fair, Chloe's also like surrounded.
Also true.
And Frida's just kind of up there on her own.
And Lumen just is still kind of drooling over her.
And Kirsten is trying to refill her antidepressant prescription.
There you go. Kirsten is now randomly hugged by the 30-year-old dude.
Well, I think that out of everybody, she's the closest to his age.
True, but he also looks like, you know, neighborhood watch dad.
That's
Rita's probably at the youngest mid-20s, if not a bit older, because she's at this point an established fashion designer.
Yeah, I was thinking Kirsten's probably around 27, 28.
Chloe's only a little older than she was because she's still like super smart. If you want to keep
It's okay, Chloe's legal.
That's all that matters. Wink, wink.
You see, I wasn't expecting this first session to turn into seeing who's going to try to go get the most dick. But
Surprise you?
not expect it either.
I'm
But-
going to point out that I lose that competition at 0.
Exactly.
Well, I know that's how.
I say that Frida is like leagues of a head start over us. So.
Well,
It's only
I know.
looking for drinks.
I know Kirsten started out trying to get some, but now that's not really a priority.
Also, as an aside, just thinking all the way back to the first session of Hero Society, we are back to a ratio of 4 women to 1 digger. It just warms my heart.
Honestly, well, this should just be a thing. Women just develop more superpowers more often in our universe.
Apparently, and I'm okay with this.
But yet, on the Hero Society proper,
Hero Society is 5 to 4.
I was saying it was more even.
I think it was 5 to 4. Point B.
So anyway,
So-
getting back to character for a minute. Digger after the hug kind of goes, well, I'm not sure what to do about that. But if there is something we can do in this whole multiversal mess, it's apparently change things. Maybe we can make it better.
I really like this.
I think it's safe to say that I no longer feel like celebrating or partying.
I mean,
Kind of use a drink still, but, you know, I wasn't up for dancing to begin with. That's Mario, by the way.
Frida has like backwards climbed her way back off the pole and like flipped over it, and she's accepting a drink and 3 from a couple of the guys. So anyone else want to say hi to my new friends or help me take some drinks?
I'll take a
Take
drink.
a drink.
And then she points to two of the different guys on around who are holding them like, here you, and then she's like, can you share with them please, yeah?
I want to know what they think when they see Mari at this point.
Oh, with like the thing on the side of her head?
Yeah. Like her whole share with her, and they see her. They're like, nothing like Frida at all.
So wait, does it look? Is it?
Some of these guys are approaching it the same way that like a particular stand-up comedian does. They understand that if they want to try and leave with Frida, they need to figure out which one of you other 4 is the we gotta go girl.
Well, that's obviously Chloe.
Well, that is Chloe, but they're trying to go with by appearances. And if Mari's pretty much as dressed down as she is on the title card here, they're not sure if it's chaperone dad over there or almost chaperone mom. And there's some of them who are obviously okay with the idea of trying to booze up not dad. And then there's others just like, oh no, I ain't gonna do that, that's gay.
I was just curious if they're like, wait, can she drink?
And somewhere back in the normal universe, after all this is done, a trading card emerges, Dad Bod Digger.
So hey, the chip on Mari's skull, is it like a cochlear implant?
Is it like a what?
A cochlear implant. It's for deaf people.
No, it's actually through her skull. Her head seizures.
Well, I know that the purpose was different, but is it like as visible as like a cochlear?
There's a metal plate on my head.
Oh, okay.
So, where nowadays we have the fashion where people like to shave the side of their head, she has shaved the side of her head to keep her hair from getting, well,
Gotcha.
I guess. Because it's not going to grow much in plate.
But it needs to be accessible.
So anyway, drinks come over from Rita's entourage. Now the question is, did it go to Mari or did it go to Lita?
Mari was the one asking for a drink.
Okay.
As was Kirsten.
I think I should have garnered at least 2 extras in that dancing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the drinks are available. Though, I think that Kirsten might need to roll another another fortitude save, and hopefully, don't fuck up as bad.
Nah.
No,
Okay.
I am.
Nope.
drunk
I'm
Mari
good.
Club fashion.
What, Cassie?
I said, though, I am gonna need to draw Mari in club fashion at some point.
Okay.
She likes cyberpunk shit, so
There you go. So, Jimmy, Kirsten is... She gets like halfway through this drink, and she's done drinking.
Yep.
She's not sure how well she's gonna be able to keep what she's already got.
I'm not holding her hair.
So, are you all done with the bird was outside? We can get back to having a fun night.
I think fun has left for me.
I perform every weekend. Really, this was my one weekend off. Company doesn't let me have that many nights off. Lita, darling, I mean, please. Just spot here, right?
Sweetheart, I have drinks at my house and they're a lot cheaper.
Lita just, Frida puts a hand out the Vanna White kind of, but these guys?
How's this? If you want to continue with your celebration with your entourage, come to my house. You can have all the booze there because I'm not going to be touching them for the rest of my life.
I was gonna say that at this point, Lita might actually have a pool at her house. Not for her to use, just one of those aesthetic design choices.
I hear it's good for exercise. I don't know.
But she definitely has enough stuff to have a rave at her house. Very selective on the invite.
Okay, good. I guess if you guys all are calling it early tonight, I mean, I came out to hang out with you.
I'll make it up to you.
She turns to the boys and just 2 fingers blows a kiss. Bye-bye.
And the blue balls begin.
Figuring out who the we gotta go girl is.
mean, Chloe did try, but...
Two of them have the fortitude to survive the blue balls. The other two will not last the night. Oh, one of them rolled one. He just balls just go right back up. They're like, "Fuck you, dude! You can't even." And they're done.
There's no recovery for that man. The psychological scars run too deep.
He almost got to bang a red-headed Amazonian woman.
Digger glasses over at Lita. I feel bad for you too. You got all dressed up for nothing.
Nothing.
Darling, she was probably
she-
wearing that before she even got the call.
Definitely did not get dressed up for nothing.
No, I actually got dressed after I got the call. I was in something else before.
Digger raises his hands and goes, "Nope, nope, I can't handle the sexual tension. I'm gonna go call a
So, are we Ubering it or calling it tonight? I mean, since I have tomorrow off, I was gonna go see my mother.
Digger is already on the Uber app, Ubering.
I would also like to throw as the curveball for those that can't remember. In Hero Society, Frida's mother was dead.
Oh yeah, Digger actually like kind of hesitates on the phone at that moment and looks over, and then figures it best not to ask, or best not to state.
And I met you in the summer.
Oh man, this is just getting harder and harder.
So, I'm going to take the silence as though we're just calling it and to head home.
I thought we were all going to...
You're welcome to my place.
Yeah, I thought we were all going there.
Oh, okay.
I think at this point I'm just going to bow out. I've had a traumatizing of enough night.
You're part of this now. You should come.
Well, nothing's going to get decided tonight.
What are we deciding? We were just going to go keep drinking.
I think I've had enough to drink.
Oh.
A clear mind tomorrow might be good.
Harsh. Harsh, Matt. Harsh.
Hey, so we're gonna say that at this point you guys have at least stepped outside,
Yes.
so that Josh's video here doesn't get flagged for too many copyright violations.
Keep it going.
Well, as long as we're talking over it, it's not going to be a problem.
That's
Probably.
That's not necessarily true.
It's okay. It's the copyright deadlock. If all of them are trying to monetize the video,
That's true. That is true.
I just don't want it taken down because of it. If somebody's like, "Hey, you guys played my song as your intro, I would like to monetize," I don't give a fuck. We're not doing it. Just keep in mind, your song is now associated with us, and there's really nothing you can do about that.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that, because we're not trying to sell it or make money off of it, and we're talking over the music, and it should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, either way. So you guys are outside now, and it's a little bit overcast. You guys are in downtown Metro City. It's one of the big, the main roads going through the city, like four lanes across, two in each direction, kind of thing. Fair bit of traffic going back and forth. It's like barely 10:30.
So, what have you guys been talking about needing to decide? I mean, you're really confusing me.
You're the. Why don't we just get to where we're going first, and then we'll discuss it some more.
Digger gives a laugh. Would you believe mimetic shared hallucinogenic drug?
That apparently
that's
some of
called
us
alcohol,
took at
Digger.
different times.
Jameson, I think you're talking alcohol, which was what we were doing.
Anyway, let's just go to my place.
Oh, are we going
Mari
to come
is saying this. We're going to Mari's place. Mari has more money.
Mari, do you mind if I swing home and grab my babies?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, we'll get you an Uber. Who else needs an Uber? I haven't been drinking very much, so I got my bike.
In this universe, they're no longer called Ubers. They're called Awesomes.
Awesome.
Okay, who else needs an awesome?
Awesome.
I'll just go with Lita.
Of course you will.
She remembers stuff now. I remember stuff now. It's fine.
Lita drove. She doesn't have a hover bike, though.
That's kind of sad, but we'll manage.
Actually, on second thought, I don't think I should really be alone right now. As much as being alone is awesome.
Then
Well, let's see
come
here.
back.
Lita only has room for one passenger. You could ride on the back of my bike or with Jameson. How did you get here?
He's getting an awesome, remember?
Oh,
I'll just go with Jameson on the awesome. There's no way I'm gonna keep equilibrium on a bike.
it's a hover bike. It doesn't have as many bumps, but okay.
It's still a tiny seat you have to perch on.
I don't know what kind of hover bike you think I have, but you know, that's fine.
Digger in his science brain goes, probably a very light one, considering it hovers. So yeah. Digger gets an Uber. Digger doesn't drive downtown. Or Jameson gets to do it. This is gonna get confusing. Jameson gets an awesome. Puts down for 2 passengers. My flight okay? Or do you want to go to your house? I can tell him to take two places. No, my place. Making a decision. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, I thought we were planning to go to
Mari's house.
Mari's house. Boop, boop, boop.
That was Frida the only one going to go pick up their companions?
Yes.
I put in one to grab mine. Do you want to grab yours? Kirsten.
If we did, we'd be going out into the middle of nowhere.
Should we stop for bindweed?
You know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I'm not. I guess since everyone else seems to be thinking we should grab.
I would also like to point out, though, that out of anybody, Frida has probably the best ability to call her apartment, have one of them pick up the phone, and say, "Guys, we're going over to Mari's house," because Ashley could just carry Valkyrie and just fly at 100 fucking miles an hour.
Can he carry her?
They're very light, yes.
Okay, then. Well, then forget it. She'll be like, okay, darlings, I left the window open so I can just tell them where they've been to Mari's. Awesome, we go.
He looks over at I keep trying to say Kirsten rather than Kirsten. Sorry.
Either or, doesn't matter.
It's because I'm a damn sister. Anyway, yeah, Kirsten. Because it's an Uber. They'll drive.
It's an awesome.
It's an awesome. It's an awesome. So long as you pay them, they'll drive you anywhere, even the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that I left out enough food.
Okay, he puts in a fourth stop, and the amount of money this costs goes up.
Kirsten will accommodate the extra cost.
No, it's okay. He's a freaking granted adventure geologist. He's got this.
Oh, thank God, because really, Kirsten has no job and she just lives in the middle of the forest.
Well, she does at least have baseline level income. Jameson just has extra income.
Yeah, I know. She works for her dad, but yeah, no.
And then there's Mari, with 4 ranks of wealth. Mari solves her problems with a fucking checkbook.
Well, money is useful.
No, Cassie. The proper response is, I want to see you do better.
This one?
Send me that gift. This is very important. Anyway, so Kirsten and Jameson are going to be a little while. Frida and Mari are taking one car, and Chloe and Lita are taking another.
Yeah, so Frida is hanging on with those thighs.
Why not? She's got balance. She's got core.
Hey, so so the bad question that I wanted to ask is Chloe's hair all ruffled up when they get to Mari's house?
We're too distracted by actually what happened.
like the truth of reality to properly get your freaky on in the middle of the highway. Anyway, so that joke aside, so it stands to reason that they probably get there at relatively the same time ish. Jameson and Kirsten are going to be a little while, but I wanted to know if they're what kinds of conversations are Jameson and Kirsten having whilst the party is split?
Jameson is being awkward.
Well, that's nothing unusual.
Exactly, that's why it's happening. Jimmy.
What?
So they're riding along in their awesome.
Yes.
Random dude just sitting there. So
So?
not sure what to say in this situation.
About?
Everything?
Well, I guess I've already come to terms with what's happened. That seems about right. It feels right. But we still need to go about fixing things.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone wants to talk about, but we're trying to not ruin Frida's night.
Oh, she can't be the only one that gets out of this scot-free.
Well, I'm using gentle terms. If I remember from the last time this happened, forcibly trying, like, once the whole cross-eyed look happened, it was a while before it would happen again.
So you mean we get to deal with her calling us crazy until whenever this happens again?
Or until something happens to remind her, yeah.
Do you think flashes of light will do that? Because FX can totally do that.
No, it needs to be something that conflicts or contradicts with the established norm. It needs to be something that in your head doesn't parse. But that's the thing, if they don't remember, they seem to almost defensively retreat into the delusion. You make up stuff to justify everything. I.e., you're all just crazy and you're on something.
Is it really bad that I want that to happen to me?
Unfortunately, and sadly, I feel like I need to apologize because I don't think there's any going back from it now.
Fantastic.
Like I said, if there's anything I can do to fix what's wrong, I will. Considering, if you'll help us out.
I guess it all depends on what we're going to be doing. Or what you plan to do.
I really wish I had a more concrete plan here. I mean, I remember when it happened, so I should be able to...
Bear back.
Okay. I'll let Jimmy do the thing.
Oh, son of a...
So I think we can fix it. But...
Yeah, I know, and we have to fix it. I really wish I could just go back to not believing that any of this, that you were all just drugged or mass hypnotized, that the bartender was just really skilled at something. Other than making drinks.
Well, that said, that's also kind of why I feel responsible for this, because we're involved. We were there when it happened. You kind of weren't and got dragged into this because everything's broken, and apparently more broken than I even realized, because I thought it was just one place, one reality. And at this point, the awesome driver is like, I got crazy people in my car.
Should stop taking the midnight drives. The drunk bus is always bad.
But yeah, this was our deal. But
Well, now that I remember something that this is off, it's my deal too. And I could very well be from wherever you're from. I just never interacted with you.
That's true. I was originally from Colorado. It's kind of far from Los Angeles, and we never went to Los Angeles.
And I was always in California. And of course, the awesome driver has turned up the radio, probably.
That's the thing. It's not like a taxi cab where he can like separate the back seat.
I know.
He has to just drive these two crazy people. Well, I don't know. I guess the easiest way to find out. Do you remember? Oh, what was something we? Damn it! I can't remember anything we did.
The problem is I don't remember specifics. I just remember. Well, I just know this is wrong, and I know that there are aspects of my life that are similar, but strangely better, even though it's still terrible.
I think that might have something to do with Chloe. Because she remembers everything. And everyone's life here seems to be a little better. I have my dream job, and it's more adventurous than it ever would be normally. Frida has her mom. Lita has her dream job. Everyone's life seems a little bit better than it should be.
But I still had to go through torture.
Well, she didn't know you.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Well, she didn't know you. How does she know what to fix if she didn't know you?
Are you saying this is a construct of Chloe's?
No, I'm saying that I think there might be some form of influence. That's why she remembers. Because that's the thing. Okay. This time around, it's my fault. I taunted the big bad. I said that I thought that I could fix everything with or without powers. And now we're here. And the only person who remembered before was Chloe. Maybe the things we think, the things we want, had an effect. And since she remembered more, she had more of an effect.
Maybe if we can get everybody together to see what they remember, or piecemeal, I don't know.
I have one last theory.
And what's that?
If we want to fix this, we're going to have to find a giant robot. And with that, he spends the rest of the cab drive basically telling her the whole story of what happened before the universe broke. What he remembers. Which I don't know, is Matt back or...
Nope.
Okay, then I'm just going to go on about it. Get ready for Daddy's exposition.
This might be helpful for Jimmy in general.
Yeah.
It would be very helpful for Jimmy in general.
To put it all out there and recap it for you. This is all that I remember, because I don't remember all of the Vanguard and Hero Society stuff. I remember only the people who were there at the very end, because that's all I remember is the end. What happened, and not even all of the end, because I did a dumb, stupid hero move. What I remember is there was a dude. His name was Titan. He was some form of a super robot. Had the ability to absorb matter and add it to his structure to make himself bigger and stronger. He stole something. I don't remember what that was. Some machine from something. I don't remember. But I remember what the machine does. The machine shifts. It basically can shift matter around a little bit. Not matter. It changes the quantum states of matter.
Okay, since Matt is back,
Yes.
let's just get to the apartment so we're not wasting everybody's time. No offense, and then you can just tell me over Discord or whatever.
Okay.
The background. Or you can be Daddy Exposition Digger later.
That's true. Or we could just do it while they're walking in.
Okay.
Like, I'll get to the head of the story. I was going to. So as Digger and Kirsten, or Jamison and Kirsten walk into the apartment, I assume the door was unlocked.
Well, first what I wanted to establish is, because it's been a while before Kirsten and Jameson show up, so I'm assuming you guys have been trying to keep things fairly lighthearted since it seems Frida is on the border of violently against whatever this serious tone of nonsense is.
Which was totally not what the night was promised to be.
I mean, sure, since not everyone's here.
So then the other question is, does Mari have a pole in her place?
What do you think?
Yes. Okay, carrying on. I wanted to make sure.
Who do you take me for? Some prude?
Well, she's friends with Frida, and she has ridiculous amounts of disposable income. She's probably been like, Frida, if you're ever like staying over for a weekend and you want to practice, go for it. Here you go. I'll build an extension for you. Whatever.
It was pretty much she has enough stuff in her house to basically have a mini rave in her house.
There you go.
Her house is really great for house parties. And it's a house.
So the question is, Jameson and Kirsten open the door and walk in. Is Frida on the pole, or is she doing some other kind of dance? Because it seems to be, yeah. And how many drinks is she in?
Ooh, I mean, at this point, she's probably up like 5 or 6, somewhere
Roll
in
me
there.
a fortitude save.
I'm sorry, what?
Fort save.
Yeah, fortitude save.
Okay. Gotta go look at my.
Your bonus is a +4.
Thank you. She's not doing anything now.
She's not. Well, she's definitely at least not on the pole. Yeah, she's we'll say that she has just crossed the line from being well buzzed to being drunk, but not like stupid drunk.
Hmm.
But whether she's had, Whether it's just hitting her a little bit harder today than it normally would, or whatever, is up to you.
It's probably been a while since she's actually had a night free, and probably she didn't drink quite as much water as she probably should have. So she's probably like, I'm just going to sit on the floor, and you may all walk by me for a few minutes, and we'll talk again after I assess those few minutes.
Okay, so Frida's sitting there on the floor, just kind of, legs splayed out in front of her, just leaning back against the couch. What's Mari doing?
No. She's probably like got them at like 90-degree angles.
Mari is at this point.
Are you laughing?
Mixing drink.
Jimmy?
What's that? I am fine. Sorry.
Anyway, so what is Mari doing?
Mixing drinks.
Okay. And what are Chloe and Lita not doing?
I don't know. Probably just hanging out, awkwardly. Making awkward small talk. Not quite looking at each other. The normal thing.
Occasionally a hand brushes into the hand and someone goes, "It's not like I like you anyway. Need a baka."
No.
No one in this situation is tsundere enough.
Anyway, so then in walk Kirsten and Jameson with... Oh, and also I missed... was there anybody that did not go fetch their companion? I will take that silence as everyone got theirs then.
Yes.
I'm assuming that Valkyrie and Aisling have shown up, and probably Aisling, because he can be an ass, kind of threw Valkyrie at the door.
Like, he's an asshole, but he's not violent. That's the thing.
More like the drop, like, we're here, drop 3 feet into the door.
Whatever. I mean, like, Valkyrie's invulnerable.
And basically at this point, a blob of slime.
Yes, they're just like... She's like, this is what we do. This is totally what we do. You're a jerk, but it's okay, because I know you wouldn't do it if it really mattered.
There you go. And then Chloe's got her little anthropomorphized, almost cactus thing.
Is it the cactuar with boobies?
Because it disturbed you so much? Yes, it is.
It didn't disturb me. I just said, "Bitch, I'm out."
It's not trying to do the whole push-up bra thing like it is in that picture, though. And then, so when Jameson and Kirsten come walking in, so Kirsten's got what looks like a little Kirby made out of almost metal following her, and Jameson has what amounts to a yellow ball with little nubbins for legs, ears coming off the top of it, and a little foxtail.
It's a fox blob. It's adorable.
I'm a little disappointed it's not a snake.
I'm surprised it's not a mole.
Ooh, that would have been so much better. Oh, man.
It's cuter this way.
Or maybe like a little tiny stubby dwarf.
Digger seems to be looking back
Jameson
and forth.
furrows his brow and goes, "No, that's a line too far."
Okay, dwarf son.
Nita laughs at this, and Mari is just like, confused.
Digger confers his brow, further confused. I feel like I should be offended by this.
Oh no, no, not at all.
Nope.
Nope.
Not even a little.
I feel like this
It's
is
a
thing.
it's a compliment.
Your insistence makes me even more skeptical.
Chloe,
Sorry. It's funny.
it's a compliment, remember?
Of course it is. Yes, it totally is.
I'm gonna go with
Actually,
the fact that
no,
she's
actually, okay, in all honesty, it was meant to be a compliment, even if you did not take it as one.
I'm gonna take the laughter to mean that there's an inside joke that I'm missing, and continue to be mildly upset and disappointed in both of you.
Then we're pretty much par for the course.
It was a compliment.
He throws up his hands again, disappointed in both of you.
Not everybody gets, you know, to claim that title.
Only the sons of dwarves. I know my Nordic.
Do you?
Of course I do. I'm a geologist.
No, he doesn't.
There it is.
I know where he put his skill points.
Thank you, mysterious voice.
We should have put more into pop culture than I could have been like pop culture. I totally know that the Nords put son after the name of their kids.
Anyway. So we'll say that, you know, Kirsten, you know, you all have been to Mari's house before because, well, Chloe willed it so, kind of a thing, as it were. But yeah, so all the banter back and forth, and so has everybody just been kind of just chilling out until the last two arrived?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm kind of curious what Mari and Chloe's relationship was before they remembered. Like, what do we remember our relationship in this world?
Everybody is friends.
Oh, okay.
Except apparently Kirsten and Mari argue about TV shows constantly.
Like sure.
Best
Sure.
of friends can be made.
We're gonna have to rely on Frida for everything, because she's going to continue to insist.
Frida is base mom.
No. 'Cause Frida knows the normal here, so she gets to define all of our normals.
Oh, there you go, Andy.
Frida's the muzzle. Does this make Frida the muggle?
Yeah.
Frida has kind of been tuning everything out as she gets the world back under control in her brain.
Still not holding her hair.
Hey, she's not throwing up. She's just not looking at lights, listening to sounds. She's concentrating on the feel of solid floor under her and solid wall behind her.
This is not the kind of fucked up she intended to get when this night started.
Nope. She was planning on doing a lot more bending.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, so was Kirsten, but that got fucked up.
Oh
Killjoys.
I don't know who keeps jumping into the chat and hopping out immediately. Anyway, so everybody's collecting their thoughts and all that jazz. So after Jameson and Kirsten walk in, so there was the back and forth. What else is going on?
Yeah, Mari was actually just like half-heartedly making drinks, coffee for the inebriated.
We'll say it's been a good hour, so Kirsten's a lot more stable than she was.
Yeah.
Water on the rocks.
Thank you. I'm going to need this so I don't get a hangover tomorrow. Probably should have started that beforehand.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, guess we're all here now.
To varying degrees, yes.
Mari kind of looks around. Not Mari, sorry. Lita kind of looks around and is like, so, what about Hans and,
Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again when we can get them together, but apparently Nemesis is very, very sick. Projectile vomiting was implied. So, that's not happening tonight. And I could not get a hold of Archmage.
So there's actually more people.
Yeah, so we are going to have to do this again. Yeah. But, you know, at least no more headaches for most of you, except for maybe Frida, if we can get her on board again. Sorry, Frida.
I'm not listening. You guys go on whatever crazy kick you want.
if you remembered, you'd be so mad at yourself for not remembering.
Frida, I love you with all of my heart, but I really want to kill you right now.
What have I got at you? Ah. You guys are all the ones that just suddenly decided that
Hey,
plans
Frida.
had to change.
Frida, how was your mom's funeral?
Oh,
Make
shit!
a will save.
Oh, no!
Fuck!
Make a will save. You get plus 15.
Oh, shit!
Fucking shit! So
Wait, I get plus 15, or am I doing?
You get plus 15 on that same deck above your regular will save.
So add my will and then plus 15.
Yes.
so
Okay,
Lita,
that's another 4.
Okay, so what was that, Annie?
It's 15 plus 4,
Yes.
right?
So
Okay.
roll d20 plus 19. What, Cassie?
Lita looks at Chloe and she's like, "That was low."
Did I?
Yeah, no, Kirsten
Wait,
look.
wait. I need to know what what my role means.
Okay. At that much, she remembers everything.
Her face goes absolutely darkly, deadly white.
Let me clarify this.
Okay.
She remembers shit from Scions she wasn't there for.
Okay. Her face goes stark white.
And I need you to roll fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
I get that.
Fort is 4.
Yeah, as soon as Chloe said that.
Okay, Annie, it's up to you if she vomits right here and now out of just like sheer revulsion of from shock and all that jazz.
She bolts. Mari, what is the closest doorway, whether it be outside, front door, bathroom, balcony, whatever?
There's a balcony.
She bolts out into the balcony and just starts heaving until she's literally dry heaving and sobbing into the nearest planter.
Chloe, what the fuck?
I already get punched in the face, but now she remembers.
What is it you were saying Lita was doing when I was cut you off, Cassie?
Lita was just like, that. I get that it was necessary. That was low.
I'm gonna go out and comfort Frida, because, you know.
She's literally, like, you can start hearing her, like, not just gasping, but, like, the most retching, sobbing, like, devastation.
Mari's probably out there already.
I know what I did.
Digger puts a hand on Chloe's shoulder. Or Jameson, damn it. Jameson puts a hand on Chloe's shoulder. It's just like a band-aid.
I mean, she's gonna come back in here and she's gonna punch me in the face, and I understand that. But it is at least over now. You're right.
So at this point, if Lita and Chloe weren't already sitting next to each other, Lita would probably move to sit next to Chloe and just wrap an arm around her.
No shit.
Oh my God.
Because as painful as that is for Frida, that's not an easy thing to do to your friend.
By the way, you're going to want to continue your conversation for a while. You do not hear it stopping. It does not look like she's getting her shit together.
Chloe's just like, I've been the bad guy. I can do it again. It's fine.
I will hold the hair since nobody else is willing to hold the hair for anybody else.
I don't think it would be a good idea if Chloe got up and did that.
Yeah, no. Chloe needs to stay the fuck away.
But I will say that Aisling and Valkyrie are going out and, like, they've gone out and they don't really know what they can do to help, per se. But they're
it's like, Mom, can we be here for you, Mom?
No. Like, Valkyrie remembers, too.
Oh, fuck.
Valkyrie's, like, trying to curl up against Frida's leg, and Aisling is the one that's a little bit lost.
Was Aisling going to be on his own will save for these things?
Mm-hmm.
So is that Aisling super confused?
I was going to roll it for you. I was just going to let you guys keep going.
Okay.
But for the moment, he's really confused because he wasn't really paying attention to the conversation. He has to kind of build it up from backward.
Mm-hmm. So, like, at most, Frida starts cuddling Valkyrie closer to her. So we're going to say that goes for like a good 15 minutes. So fill time as you wish.
As an out of character thing, because I, without thinking about it, did it as a GM roll. Ashling rolled a nat 20.
Stupid little bird. What was his bonus again, though, too?
+7.
+7. Ashling's like,
He'll remember in a little bit.
Okay.
So, yeah. So inside, everybody's like, Chloe, she's going to kill you. And Chloe's like, I know, but we had to do it. And outside, everybody's like, that was a little much, but are you okay?
Not talking.
I think
can't answer you guys.
I think Kirsten's like, here, drink some water. Dry heaving's not very healthy for you.
Like she's once the dry heaving was done, she just like curled up on her side and is still sobbing.
But yeah, Mari would have been there too.
So after everyone has had an excessive limited amount of time to sit there super uncomfortably, and all she's doing is like she doesn't really have a voice left. All she says, and she doesn't know who she's saying it to, take me home.
I'll get an awesome.
Does she know which home she's talking about?
Right now, to her apartment. She starts getting herself together. She puts Aisling on her shoulder and holds Valkyrie and just starts heading to the door. She's leaving. She's not making eye contact with anyone.
Is Chloe going to have to say anything?
Sorry.
She pauses for just the barest half second. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't even look over and just keeps walking.
Great. This is for what, an hour? 2 hours? I'm already a terrible, terrible person.
No, you're not.
Well, I feel like crap.
Seems like a running theme with my lives.
Mari helps Free to get their stuff together and pays for the awesome in advance.
You can't pay for an awesome in advance.
Yes, you can if you're Mari.
What, you own awesome?
No, I actually use it quite a bit to get around the city. That's not how the app works. When the person gets done, your phone beeps and it says, "Hey, pay for your ride."
Yes, but these are awesomes.
Regardless, it doesn't it doesn't matter. So Frida is apparently now leaving, and so everybody else is standing there. Mari comes walking back in. I don't have a cricket soundtrack to play right this second, but I can find one if it helps.
Alright,
Chloe, that would have been a good detail to know before I actually wished that she was aware of what was going on.
Well, it seems like we all know now.
I forgot to mention it in the cab. Tigger looks sheepish.
Do you even remember?
He did mention it in the cab. Frida has her mom is one of the things he said.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I will walk that statement back.
And instead, it's more like, why did you do that right now? I don't know.
Why did you have to do it that particular way?
She remembered.
But what a horrible way to remember.
While hungover.
At that point, Mari is like, in the last universe, we remembered, well, some of us remembered only in the last few seconds. The rest of us didn't remember at all. I think this might be, as much as it sucks to say, better. We know what's going on. We all need to know in order for us to all be able to help.
I suppose that's fair.
No, it was the right thing to do.
Says, oh, you bastards.
We need to remember what happened last time with the whole demigod thing. The more complacent we were, the more we fed into the delusion, the more and more sedentary we became. The more we just kind of sat around and did our own thing. This is
We
the better
spent
way.
years in one city.
Decade. We spent 10 years in a single city just fucking around.
10 years?
10 years.
10 years.
Man, was it that long?
Yeah.
It might have been a bit longer.
Kind of lost track of time on the commune.
See? The more we weren't aware of what we were doing, the more that we kind of fed into, this is just normal. This is just the way things are supposed to be. And the more complacent we became. At least this way, we know.
Do you guys remember the voices?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, that was weird.
I remember the voices.
We haven't heard any voices, have we?
Not yet.
Not yet. Haven't had much time to hear any voice, but they told me to start the church.
I don't know.
Matt's AFK.
Right. So let's discuss how we fix this. 'Cause that's the game, right? That's how it ended. He wants to play a game. He wants to see if we can fix it. He's gonna try and stop us.
We need
I
to
think
either
it's-
find the wormhole thing or Titan.
Titan is the wormhole thing, basically.
We need to find the giant
Did
robot.
he absorb it? Did Titan actually absorb the wormhole generator thing?
Yes. We have to remember, though Ephemero was the one in control giving the commands, Ephemero is not the one who actually did this. Titan's the one who did this. He's the one with the machine, he's the one with the... Was it a wormhole?
Well, it was something similar to that.
Well, this is a good point for Chloe to roll that eidetic memory trait that she has.
Or Mari. No, Mari doesn't remember that. Shit.
Let's see.
If Mari could remember scions, or not scions, if Mari could only remember Hero Society.
What is that roll then?
I'm pulling it up now. 1 second. Core rules, page 60.
Also, we asked each other if we remembered the voices.
Okay, so you're going to roll it as an intelligence check. So it's just going to be your intelligence modifier with the +4 from eidetic memory.
Okie dokie.
Get over to the... That's the wrong window. Oh yeah, you remember. Okay, so the whole reason why this whole situation happened in the first place was these random pair of fucking spaceships appeared in the upper atmosphere, and then this one person was like, "Hello, greet you from a universe similar to, but more awesome than your own." And then, you know, a number of hours later, everybody's just kind of like, "Okay, so they're not here to invade us or anything. They're just tourists." Fucking tourists. Okay, yeah, whatever. And then there was the rocket coming from the planet. You guys were like, "Wait a second, you should do something about that." And so you guys kind of set up multiple layers of defense where each of you is going to try to stop it from going towards these things. You weren't sure if it was a government on the planet trying to like, "We don't know what this is, we're gonna blow it the fuck up," or not. Up until somebody actually got a good look at the rocket and they got close to it, where the robotic supervillain named Titan was clinging to it. Titan kind of bitch slapped a couple of you guys out of the way, went into the main ship, and grabbed its interdimensional wormhole generating drive, ripped it out of the ship, and then just let himself fall back to the planet. The device was then hooked up to his own thing, which makes him super duper powerful. Titan's thing was that when he was built, he had an experimental device installed into him. It's called the matter conversion. In any matter, any non-living matter, specifically, really, that comes into contact with his body, he is able to pull it inside of him, change it at the atomic level into the same material he's made out of, and as a robot is able to grow and increase his density as he does so. This was connected to the wormhole drive, and if you can change things at the atomic level, you can functionally turn it into energies, theoretically. So his matter conversion drive became a battery that turned all matter that touched the wormhole into energy to power the wormhole. And so it kept continuously expanding until it covered all of existence, and where the other end of the wormhole was every other alternate reality. Making all universes occupy the same space, functionally destroying it all at the same time. Reality tried to patch itself back together, and that's where the Scions game came from. So in short, Chloe, you remember all of that shit.
Okay. can
remembers the last bit of that shit.
relay the pertinent information from that, because I forgot what the question was.
Whether or not the wormhole generator was actually absorbed by Titan.
Oh, okay.
Mari would know enough about engineering that if it was still able to operate as a wormhole generator, it would still technically be retrievable.
Okay. Good to know.
Also, from what Cassie, actually, I want you to roll me I want you to roll her craft technology skill.
Craft technology? I have craft engineering.
Craft engineering. So is it knowledge technology? Knowledge technology. There you go.
Same roll.
Yeah, still. Tell me what you get.
I crit.
Secrets.
I feel like Matt wasn't expecting us all to, like, get all of these rolls on the first game.
Something like that.
Ah, the RNG. The great equalizer.
You know what? At least it was an adventure this time.
Fuck you! I'm going to say that out loud. If reality is still all occupying the same space, as we know it obviously is, since we're still all meshed, kind of, then the wormhole is still open. And that means that Titan is where, if we find Titan, he should be maintaining the wormhole.
So all we have to do is turn him off. Now the question becomes...
At this point, Mari still doesn't remember Hero Society, so she doesn't remember Phalanx. Or how hard it would be to turn off Titan.
That begs the question, would he still be where we put him on Earth? AKA 100 miles in the crust underneath an ocean.
Considering all of reality is changed?
Well, okay, alright. Considering that Ephemera was able to recombine the universe again, wouldn't that mean that he had somehow has access to or has collected Titan? Then again, he could go
Not necessarily.
intangible, so maybe not. I don't know.
Because Titan still has to maintain the wormhole. Just because Ephemero... That's his name, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Just because he managed to reshape the world again doesn't mean that he has control of Titan. Necessarily. Because he was a mystical being, right?
Ephemero?
Yes.
Yeah. I think so, anyway.
Did I just disconnect?
No.
Okay, sorry. Everything went really quiet for a minute.
Yeah, just everybody got kind of like, huh, okay. Well.
The enormity of our task is laid out before us.
I mean, Titan was originally an assault robot, but I don't know. He got kind of buggy, I guess, and became a destroyer, just to destroy things. I don't know if that helps us at all.
He had his own AI.
Yeah.
And probably a
Wasn't
self-evolving, self-learning AI. And from what you were saying about being able to absorb shit, who knows how much of the multiverse he absorbed into himself, first of all. And I think I'm giving mad ideas.
Stop doing that. He could be the very planet on which we walk.
You should see his face. But the fact is that if he was built anything like what I could theoretically do, shutting him down is not as easy as one might think.
Jimmy, what are you doing to your microphone?
I don't know. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Oh.
Oh, I was about to say, where's the stab you in the face emoji? But then I found the knife.
Those of you who are listening to this as a recording, that was about something I posted into Discord, not Jimmy and his microphone. I just wanted to let that sit there for a second, see if anybody else said anything. Anyway.
Oh my.
Stop harassing Annie while we're playing. She starts trying to stab
Her
players
character's
in the
having an emotional crisis. I'm keeping her in character.
I'm not sure that's how it works, Matt.
I'm just gonna sit here on mute.
So yes, finding Titan. How did we find him last time?
Well, actually, Mari built a thing to detect the radiation of the device he grabbed.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
It led us right to him.
go me.
Saved us months of work.
Fuck you.
Thank Josh for suggesting that we do the same thing again. Do you think... No, back in character. Do you think the same ploy will work twice?
You said it was detecting radiation?
Yeah.
I would have to know the radiation signature.
Unfortunately, I don't just happen to have a USB from another universe that is now just defunct and gone to tell us what that is.
Yeah, and I don't think you specifically mentioned it. I don't remember you specifically mentioning it. And it's not like I hung around to watch. I wish I had now. But I had no idea it would be important.
I'm sorry. That's the thing with these devices. I can't just make one that detects all this radiation without knowing what the signature is.
That's fine. We'll figure it out, I guess. I mean, we were doing, investigations and stuff. Anyway, beforehand, so I'm sure we can do that again. Probably. Does anyone have any ideas on where to start?
I could potentially pull some of the stuff from the university. I mean, okay, if I run off the assumption that he's where I put him before I got absorbed, then he's probably about 200 miles in the dirt. So...
If I were a giant robot that could absorb everything around me, I don't know where I'd hang out.
Well, he was fairly inoperable when we left him. We kind of broke him.
But he should be able to absorb matter and fix himself.
Well, that depends. If he's kept the wormhole open this whole time.
As a correction, he was inoperable because he pretty much knelt down and started activating the wormhole device. You guys had, barely damaged him at all. The most inconvenient thing was when a tree grew out of his armor plating.
Oh. I thought we actually, didn't incapacitate him, and that's why you activated the wormhole.
No, what ended the fight was when Archmage walked in and Ephemero flew out of Titan, to stop possessing him, and possessed the Spirit of Mana. Spirit of Magic, sorry.
Okay. Well.
By the way, finding that would probably also be a good thing.
Anyway, to walk that back then, wasn't he kind of melting because he turned on the machine? He kind of turned into a gooey boy.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's hard because Myriad does not remember this shit.
Jameson, pet sticker. Pet.
Well, I have no idea. I have no idea if that means he'd still be there. I have no idea if Ephemero has some means of retrieving him, if he even needs to at this point, or if the recombination of everything again is something now unrelated to the device and Titan. But it is something at least to go on, so maybe we should start trying to find Titan.
Seems like a good enough thing. I'll start pulling documents from the university and see if I can find about any, I don't know, unusual areas where a giant robot could have walked out of the earth.
Check archaeological records. Maybe there'll be I don't know, a cartouche or something somewhere with something that looks kind of like Titan.
you say cartouche?
Yes.
That's adorable.
I'm not an
Yes.
archaeologist. Don't make fun of me.
I'll check that. Yes.
I find it somewhat amusing that we're telling Jameson to check archaeology.
Well, he's a geologist. That's different.
Yeah, that's why I said it's somewhat amusing.
Oh, I gotcha.
But they have to use geologists when they're doing those sorts of digs because they need to kind of know if this is a likely spot to do a dig or if this is totally not the right rock to find things in.
Still funny.
Thank you,
And
mysterious
you
voice.
think you're making sense out of this discussion.
It was an out of character comment. No, back to the domain of the off stage.
Okay, so you guys are in the midst of formulating a plan. Jameson is going to go and look up records and stuff.
Probably in the morning because I doubt the university archives are going to be open at 10 o'clock at night.
Hmm. How conscious is Kirsten?
She's conscious. She's just kind of absorbing everything. Kind of wondering exactly how she's going to help.
FX climbs up into her lap and sits down.
With his big fucking clown shoes. The pink Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, I'm still a little upset, but just trying to absorb everything. So we're looking for a giant robot.
And a
And an emo
spirit.
ghost.
Well, two. One emo ghost and one other spirit,
I guess so, yeah.
which may have combined. I don't know. I didn't pretend to know what was going on with Archmage. This is Lita talking, by the way.
I hear baby cry.
Yeah, it's getting kind of annoying. So, alright, so what about plans for everybody else? Just Jameson can do a thing.
Man, I have no idea.
It may be good to get in touch with Hans
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
and try and figure out if we can get a hold of Archmage. What, out of character, what's Archmage's name in this
John.
setting? John?
John.
And could see if we can spark John's memory.
Yeah, that's a good point. I will need to try and do this again with Hans' nemesis and John.
Now that I remember, it is so weird to call him John.
Right?
Awkward.
Like, I don't think we even knew his name. the other world. I don't think it ever came up.
Speaking as Lita again. He's like, I knew because Mom would call him that. I need to find my mom. I wonder if John knows where she is.
I don't know.
Plot twist. John is your mom.
Not allowed.
Plot twist. Next universe reset, we end up playing everyone as John.
Isn't there a game like that?
Is a game.
Yeah.
That is a role-playing game where a bunch of people all play people inside John's head. Making
Yeah.
things.
Competing to control him or whatever.
This is ironic considering we now have a character named John.
We all just take control of him. We're all Archmage now.
Matt, the best one is Anna. Matt was looking for something.
Ah.
Right, so I at least can do that, yeah. Contact people. They're, still people I need to talk to, so that is a good point.
Is someone gonna check on Frida tomorrow?
That was what
That was
Mari
probably
was
gonna be-
do.
I was about to say that was probably what Kirsten was gonna do, since everybody else seems to know way more than she does.
Kirsten and Mari can do it together. That's
Yeah,
friends.
Kirsten and I can go check on Frida, and I hope she doesn't kill me.
No, I think right now she's more pissed off at Chloe.
We can all hope that tomorrow she will understand why we did what we did.
I like how Jameson phrases it like you all did something instead of just Chloe just being like, "Hey, how was your mom's funeral?"
Don't bring that up. That's mean. Don't be that way.
Don't be that person.
Well, we'll see what happens. There's probably going to be a I understand why you did it, but we're not gonna be okay for a long time.
I'm just gonna point out in my defense, this is the worst thing I've done in this reality. I'm
This
like
reality
doing
is
pretty well.
Reality is like infinitesimally young.
Like in the other two, there was hurting people or outright murdering people, but doing pretty well, I think.
She has a point.
She hasn't killed anybody yet.
True.
She is kind of the reason that you have a mom in this reality.
But see, there's the thing of having
Make this
it.
in character discussion.
Okay.
She can't. She left and went home.
They were going over.
I also don't know.
We could skip to tomorrow and have a scene.
I was gonna say it's 10 o'clock and we just finished the scene, but
Your call.
Do they go over that night or do they go over the next morning? You have to make a decision.
it's gonna be the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Mari picks up Kirsten in a freaking like Hummer limo or who the fuck knows what. No, hover bike.
Hover bike.
Hoverbike. And so what has Frida been doing all night and all morning as she processes the fact that she suddenly remembers all of this?
Sorry, one moment. Somebody just opened my door.
Time.
Okay, sorry. I just needed to know something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
What
I'm sorry.
she's been doing all night and all morning as she processes the fact that in this reality she's an only child, and in her home reality she doesn't have a mom.
There's been a lot of sitting, staring, tears. More tears came after more water was drunk. A lot of cuddling. A very confused Aisling who's like, "What's happening? I don't get it. You're really, really upset. What's happening?"
Wait,
Valkyrie.
Aisling. Oh, go ahead.
I said that he was going to, but it was going to take him a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Valkyrie is like trying to hold it together. Little puddle of goo that it is. Which I guess I have a quick question, Matt. So we've always said that the essence that is the Valkyrie passes from mother to daughter. How did that knowledge that her previous
Valkyrie's sole personality trait is duty. Remember that.
Yes.
So, like, to an extent, like, yeah, Valkyrie's get to sympathize, but at the same time, Valkyrie's defining and only personality trait is duty. So, and Valkyrie's might, even though it can't articulate it, Valkyrie's like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pat you on the head, but bitch, we've got a job to do.
Yes. Okay, just checking. Like, I was like, how much does it carry over?
The personality motivation of the persona of the hero.
Okay.
Or power, does it be?
Okay, so eventually they're still cuddling, and there's just Stony staring at the wall. And fitful sleeping for what little she gets when she nods off. That's her night.
Okay.
She hears that and jerkily gets up, goes to the door and opens it, and just doesn't even face her when she sees Maricel and Kirsten there. She just walks into her house and leaves the door open.
I follow.
Same.
She goes into the kitchen and starts making like a protein drink.
One moment.
I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what to say.
I am sorry for the loss you didn't know that you had suffered. This is why Jameson is not here.
Okay, so Mari, follows Frida as Frida is turning on the well, I'm assuming she's like making it or using a juicer or something for her drink. So Mari just kind of turns it off, walks around behind Frida, and just gives her a hug. Just kind of like, I'm gonna hold you now.
Mari, you can't make this better.
I'm not trying to.
What do you want?
To be there for you?
Yeah, we're your friends. We should be there for you.
Have we figured out who you are yet?
God damn it.
Regardless of who she might have been, Kirsten is our friend.
Yeah, for you.
Even if we only knew her for 5 minutes before before we remembered everything. We knew her in this reality, and we still have those memories, even if they were implanted.
Yeah, out of character. Just because you lost your mom doesn't mean you have to be a bitch.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I think Kirsten's feeling a little dejected right now. Everybody else remembers being best of friends, and here I am.
Aww. Oh, is it that time? Oh, sorry.
Look, I don't know if I've ever actually met you before now, but we're friends in this reality. I know that. So I want to be here for you.
She's looking a little less stony-faced. You can see she's like trying to like keep her shit together because she's kind of done with how much she's lost her shit. You know, having a heart-wrenching, wailing, like physical vomiting in front of other people is not exactly like where her heart is like, yay, we did this as friends. That's more like, oh, fuck, goddamn, why wasn't I in a hole by myself for that one? There was an audience.
There's a reason that Mari just came and hugged her and didn't say anything.
Well, to be fair, at least she lost her shit just in front of friends. Kirsten lost her shit in the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, we're having an in-character conversation, though.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, back to it. So, what did you all talk about last night after I left?
Voltron.
Titan. You know, same thing.
See, here's the thing. Ultron is smart and capable.
No, I said Voltron.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Titan.
I remember
his name.
Titan. How much do you remember exactly?
I don't remember.
Annie. She would remember Titan because if you remember between season 1 and season 2 of Hero Society, you guys spent a year and a half keeping your guys' ear to the ground about Titan.
Yeah, no, I was asking Marty.
Oh.
I was feeling character, damn it.
I only remember being a demigod. So...
I remember my life as Valkyrie. And oddly enough, things about what was done in the last world as well. Yeah, that one
I
was a
only
little more
remember
surreal.
being a robot.
So what plan are we going with for finding this and fixing it? Because the sooner we can go home, the better, because I don't want to see my mother right now.
The plan was to find the robot because the wormhole is still open. If all of reality is still taking the same, taking up the same space, that means Titan's out there, still controlling the wormhole, or keeping it open at the very least. And we need to find Ephemero. That name was thrown out a lot. I only remember very briefly he was the person that we met at the end of the last world when it collapsed into this one.
He's also who I targeted incorrectly at the end of the first.
And the spirit of something, the spirit of magic, and apparently John is this guy named Archmage. So we're going to talk to John.
Do you know where John is?
Anytime I try to talk to him, he's sleeping. I'm saying this in character because he's in Hero Society. He was always in his pajamas. Matt is just nodding.
Most powerful wizard in the world. Can't be fucked to put on pants.
Well, you know, if you're the most powerful wizard in the world, why would you?
Can't be fucked to even make an illusion of pants.
Again, why bother if you're the most powerful wizard in the world? So
anyhow, so find John, talk to him about everything. As soon as what's Nemesis's name?
You think I remember shit?
Did she have a name that we knew? I mean, we would now, but
I'm stalling. I don't even remember if I made a character sheet for her. I'll put it that way.
Sorry.
How dare you?
I thought that you had given Emily all their names.
No.
It's alright. We shall continue. So.
no, the list he gave me was Lumen, Nemesis, Hans, and Archmage.
So.
Hans and Rachel?
Rachel it is.
Apparently Rachel's sick. And So after they are better, springing this on somebody who's also sick does not seem to be a good idea.
She gives you a look like, please.
Those are the people that we know. I pressed the wrong button. In addition to this, what was it? Sorry. I was in the middle of saying stuff and that distracted me.
Rude.
Don't break it to her while she's sick, because that's a bad idea.
Frida gave you a really like, really? Someone gets that consideration?
Hey, if you're not sick and it makes you sick, that's something completely different.
I was hungover. Like, this close to passing out on the wall.
Also,
So you know she's not real German.
Well, we were drinking shots, not beer. There is a difference.
find Ephemero, find Titan. Figure out how the fuck to bring back our world.
Okay.
You know, if it's possible, could try and look for. There's this other demigod. He's pretty decent help. But we haven't seen him, and I don't have any memories of him in this, like, in this world.
Which one are you speaking of?
He had portals.
He's not been around here yet. If he comes back.
He won't.
Hey, they don't know that in character.
I know.
So, in the meantime, what do you want? I get it, but that's not all happening immediately.
You said you want to go back, make the world what it was?
Yes, no. There are good things here for me. And there are things that are missing that are very important as well.
Well, perhaps we can make the world what we need it to be.
I don't get to have that option. You can't have it both ways, Mari. If we put it back the way it was, I can't bring the dead back with me.
But we've already seen that it is not just this world or that world.
So what are we fixing? Going back to what I first remember? Because that I don't think means that I get to keep what I have now. My career I can build there, yes. I will get back my sister and my brother. But that doesn't mean I get to take my mother with me. So if we're going to do this, because Lord above knows we are going to do this, I'd rather we just get it done quickly and move on. How do I go back to and see her? How do I look at her and know that I only have a few chances left, that these are stolen moments? This is no gift.
Yeah, at the same time, there's no knowing. She sighs. She says, Nita doesn't even know. She has no memories of her mom in this world.
Frida picks up Valkyrie. And she doesn't know.
We don't know what the world is going to be when we fix it. She sighs and says,
Well, Frida, I can commiserate with you. I can't say that I've lost somebody, because I don't know. I just know my life is worse. There.
the world is already going to be different. She sighs and says, Precogna is...
Precogna will not be Precogna when she goes back. I know this. I saw it ripped from her. She's just immortal.
What we do might shape the world.
She's looking and petting Valkyrie right now. What you do shapes the world. What I must do is fulfill my duty. I can break 1,000 times, but that is what Valkyrie here and I must do. Doesn't mean I get to be happy about it. If you're here thinking you have to convince me that I have to do this, it's not necessary.
I was here just to be with you.
Thank you. She looks over at Kirsten. And thank you, too.
Where are your friends? Whatever that means.
Yeah. But it's still not quite family. Where's the bastard Magni now? Oh, well. So, what's the plan for the rest of the day? Because if we're going to wallow in pity like this for much longer, I think that I'm going to have to continue to drink.
I'm right there with you.
This universe has made us all alcoholics.
We're old enough to drink.
Truly, we are in the darkest universe. Everyone is an alcoholic.
Well, and Digger has a gun.
I
No.
guess we were
Hey.
mostly all over 18 in the other universe.
Hey, to be
Yeah.
fair,
All
for,
drinks.
for two of the party members, this world is better.
Significantly.
Mm.
3.
Anyway, back in character. Well, how about we go check in
Lita
with
can't
everyone else?
fly.
Yeah, what were you saying, Annie?
I was saying, well, before we get lost in the same stupor as last night, let's check in with everyone else. She looks over now. Ashling, where are you? You might be useful now.
Ashton kind of hops off of the bookshelf that he'd been on, and when he kind of decides to look down at the floor, and he looks over at Frida, and he looks back at the floor, and like his little wing ear things and whatnot are kind of just folded up, like folded down his sides, and it makes him look kind of like you know how cats when they're trying to make themselves smaller and inconspicuous to put their ears back. Well, now imagine a bird is doing that, but with wing ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's when he looks back over, he says, "I don't think Magnet's here."
Ausgezeichnet. Frida walks over to Ashling and kneels down in front of him. Why do you think that? She pets his ears, trying to get them to perk up a bit.
Because when we first met from before, he was around from the very beginning for me. And if relationships seem to stay somewhat similar like it sounds that they've been, I've never met him here. I woke up in the woods until he found me. I don't think Maggie's here. I think Maggie never existed. I don't think any of that part of your family ever existed. No Odin, no Magni, no Modni. And he kind of looks at Valkyrie and says, I mean, I guess they're your family, really, but I don't think your great-grandmother ever was. You're more become a namesake.
Well, Ashling, I guess we just have to fix that then.
He kind of, it's less of a nod and more like he somehow managed to squish himself in a direction that's somewhat reminiscent of nodding.
Mm.
And then he like flits up and like lands on top of her head.
She is used to this, and she stands up without dumping him on the floor. With one hand, she pats the top of his head above hers, and she scoops up Valkyrie. We may be the last of Odin's descendants, but we will make it count. That is our duty. And she turns to the others and motions them to the door.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and hit a fade to black there. And when the group gets together next session, Jameson's going to have some information from the archaeology and geological archives from nearby university.
Is that really
And then,
nearby university?
yep. At least it's not from a few towns over. That's Elsewhere University, and they're a bunch of pricks.
So long as it's not Alexandria University.
I mean, maybe.
The sister school to Miskatonica University needs to stay in the swamp.
You know, I might throw Miskatonic. You never know. But anyway, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Produce trees, not children.
Wake up, my friends, tell us what you have to say. We know the dreams and nightmares must light your way. What may come, the fight goes on for one more day. Whenever lives and prayers must die away. Who brought this curse? Led us all astray. The day has died and emotion is fade. Wake up, my friends, the dreams and nightmares will die for just one more day.